What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Today we're going to be talking about Ganyu. I am Goki. I am your sensei. So, before we go ahead and get started with the video, I'd like to remind you guys to hit that like button to make your PP grow large. Yeah, you heard me. Hey, scientists believe hitting the like button on my videos will make your PP grow large. And if you're relatively new to the video or the channel as a whole, go ahead and I attempt you to hit that red subscribe button, especially if you're looking for information on Genshin and Dokkan. I cover both games, and today, like I said, we're going to be taking a look at Ms. Ganyu, the first waifu outside of Xinyan to appear on any banner. Let's hop right to it. Ooh. Oops. Alright, here we are. Ganyu. Pretty cool character, I would like to say. Personally, I am probably not going to be summoning for her because I've been waiting for Zhao for a long time. And I know she is waifu and she is going to try to bait some primos out of me. But I will be strong. I will remain powerful. She will not get me. But yeah, moving on, these are her statuses. These are her statuses at level 80 plus, 311 attack. Not too shabby, not amazing. Zhao now has claimed the throne as the highest base attack in the game, and she has crit damage as her rolling over modifier as she moves and levels up. So 88% at max. So you can put more crit damage on top of it and have her hit a lot, because as you know, archers have the chance to hit critical hits 100% of the time as long as they hit the crit spot on enemies with their charge attacks. So as you hear over here on this side, you see the Kingshin flowers and the Hoarfrost crystals. Relatively easy to farm up. You guys can farm it up now. It's not that hard to go ahead and pick this stuff up. One, the Cryovine is relatively easy compared to the other ones, and these flowers are on top of the mountains of Lie all over the place. And then the Watt flowers. If you kill those flowers, you should have an abundance of them. I can easily get her to 90 if I really wanted to, and I summoned for it. The only thing I think I'm lacking are these right here. But outside of that, relatively easy materials to obtain, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna go and do a prep guide for her, a small little prep guide, but for now, we're also gonna be talking about her abilities. Now, this is where she's special. Her charge attack is different amongst other archers. Charge level 1 fires off an icy arrow that deals cryo damage, just usual normal stuff. Charge 2 fires off frost flake arrow that deals cryo damage. The frost flake arrow blooms after hitting its target, dealing AoE cryo damage. So it's good for mobbing. It's one of the few archers that you want to step back and crowd control with. Outside of using Venti and Ember together to crowd control, she can crowd control with the AoE crowd damage, which is really, really good. And her plunging attack is just like every other arrow unit. She fires off a shower of arrows and then she slams down on the ground to deal AoE damage. These are her modifiers. As per usual, bows and polearms tend to have the lowest modifiers, just because if one has the highest attack speed in the game, the other one has guaranteed crits on a hit of body parts on charge attack. So be wary of that. That's the reason why those modifiers seem so low compared to claymores and the others. It's to kind of balance the class. Leaving a single ice lows behind on Trail of the Kilin. Ganyu dashes backwards, shunning all impurity and dealing AoE cryo damage. This makes me think that she cleanses. Not exactly sure. But we'll see. We'll see as we go on. It's a taunt ability similar to Amber. This is a 5-star Amber if I was to, properly say anything. But I'm pretty sure she's a lot better than Amber in most cases. So her endurance scales based on her max HP of the Ice Lotus itself, and the bloom profusely when destroyed, or once the duration ends. So it just like starts popping and doing tons of damage, kind of like Albedo in that aspect, but with cryo damage. And then moving on to Celestial Shower, I'm starting to feel like this is kind of like an entity of its own. Celestial Shower seems like it you activate it and you can switch out and just do things. Because during its duration, the Sacred Cryo Pearl will continuously rain down shards of ice, striking opponents within an AoE and dealing cryo damage, and it has a duration of 15 seconds. So it seems to me that this is going to be used for activating and then switching out and then casting and then switching back into your main DPS, whether it be Beto or Razor, who can take really good advantage of that really powerful effect of Superconduct. I'm going to keep saying it once again. Superconduct is the only thing that keeps Electros within the realm of the fire abilities. If you guys didn't know, Vape and Melt tend to have a 1.25 and a 1.5% or 1.5 times multiplier, which is 50% and 25% respectively. So I think Melt does 50% damage, and in some sense it's the same thing for Superconduct, and people don't see it that way, mainly because Superconduct is a little more niche of a skill. It reduces physical defense, not overall resistance of the enemy. But I think with Razor running around with Celestial Shower, he can do some crazy things. If you are a Razor main and you're considering trying to hunt for a cryo unit, Ganyu might be something you're in the market for. I don't need it personally because I use Kiki on my team, but for the most part, you can stick to using this. And then her talent essential materials are pretty straightforward. I believe this is not diligence and not gold. This is I forgot the name of it. Guidance? Not guidance, is it? It is diligence. Okay, it is diligence. I thought diligence was the flower. Oh well, it's diligence. She needs Watt flowers, and she needs this from Child. She needs the Shadow of the Warrior. I have 3 sitting around, but I'm going to save mine for Zhao because I think Zhao uses them. And her passive talents, very easy, very straightforward. Refunds 15% of the ores used when crafting bow types. I wish I had this when I made all my bows, but it is what it is. Undivided Heart. After firing a Frost Flake arrow, so this is charge 2 of her charge attacks, the crit rate of the subsequent Frost Flake arrows and the result of the bloom effects is increased by 20% for 5 seconds. So that means Frost Flake is going to do lots more crit and lots more damage. And so if you spec into the ability to charge and do tons of damage, hitting the opponent's weak spot for crits, you can get a lot of damage. We're going to talk about a low budget bow that you can use that I've seen a lot of budget players use with Amber to make Amber strong, because Amber is a charged character. She's a character that relies on charging her arrows rather than just shooting random arrows off like Fischl or Child for most cases, right? And then Celestial Shower grants 20% cryo damage bonus to active party members in the AoE. So originally I was thinking Razor, but I guess you could probably mix this with Benny, actually, where you can do her cryo attack and use Benny's E in conjunction with his normal attacks over and over, unless obviously you have a C6 Benny, then that changes for you. But yeah, the Dew Drinker Constellation, this is her C1 now. Taking damage from a charge level 2 Frostflake Arrow or Frostflake Arrow Bloom decreases the opponent's cryo res by 15% for 6 seconds. This is a really strong C1, very, very powerful. And a hit regenerates 2 energy for Ganyu. This effect can only occur once per charge level 2 Frostflake Arrow, regardless if Frostflake Arrow itself or its bloom hit the target. So meaning it's individual. You can't you don't get like stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks of cryo res. You So the first frost flake you hit 15% for 6 seconds, and you charge another one. It's not going to stack another 15%. It's going to keep the 15%, but you're going to get the extra damage boost on charging your attack and the boom damage. Trail of Killing or Killin gains 1 additional charge, really strong. We've noticed that anything that has extra charges or gains the ability to have an extra charge, like Zhao stuff, her E gets an additional use. She gets another bait. Really strong, really powerful. Really good for this character, especially if she cleanses. If she cleanses, that's going to be really, really strong for things like floor 12 of the Abyss and things like that. Increases the level of Celestial Shower by 3. Maximum upgrade is by 15. So we know C3 and I think C5 are pretty much the ones where they just upgrade the strength naturally for free. Well, not for free, but you know, it increases the stats by 3 along with whatever talent books you have. Now for her C4, opponents standing within the AoE of Celestial Shower take increased damage. This effect strengthens over time. Increased damage begins at 5%, increases by 5% every 3 seconds, up to a maximum of 25%. The effect lingers for 3 seconds after the opponent leaves the AoE, meaning that you can taunt them, cast your AoE, keep them in the AoE, and then you can switch to another character to start doing tons of damage. So you get a lot of damage ramp plus a combination of reactions if you're using characters like Benny or even Diluc for most cases, because Diluc can use his E to cancel out the cryo damage on his physical attack. So you can go physical attack and then cast E, physical attack, cast E, physical attack, cast E, and get that melt damage over and over and over and consistently and constantly. This is going to be she's going to be more of a sub DPS option for Diluc more than a main DPS, mainly because she allows a lot of setup for Diluc combinations and Benny combinations. Originally I was thinking Razor, but it seems like one of her passives just completely wipes that option out. Increases the level of Trail of Killing by 3. This is a C5, obviously, so Trail of Killing will be increased. And then the last one, C6, using Trail of Killing causes the next Frostflake arrow shot within 30 seconds to not require charging. So her C6, so this is a character that if you have the money, if you have the resources, if you have everything that you need to make this character powerful, only if you can spare it. Don't go for it if you can't, if you don't have the money to do this. Don't go for it if you don't have the money for anything. This is the only time, except maybe Zhao. Well, I will say C6 seems very, very, very worth it. C4 seems very worth it too. Oh no. People are going to lose so much money summing for this waifu. She seems relatively powerful, and that's the scary thing about it. Stupidly powerful. And I guess actually you can still use a Razor. It grants a 20% cryo damage bonus to active party members in the AoE, but that's only if the party members are cryo themselves. So like that makes more sense. So like if it's a cryo book user, it'd be really good in the, you know, like little book movements. But yeah, her C6 is looking pretty spicy. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a specific weapon. Now, note that this isn't your only option, but this is a very low budget, strong option. I think people don't take a look at, because it's a blue. And I think it's Sharpshooter's Oath. And the reason why I say that is because at max it gives crit damage, right? Crit damage percent, right? At maximum it gives you 46 extra percent crit damage. It has a base of 400 attack at level 90, so that's not that great. But it also increases damage against weak spots by 48%. So if you're used to charge attacking and throwing out charge shots on the enemy, this is going to be a very, very powerful weapon for Ganyu indeed. A very good budget option, I personally believe. Now, someone out there is going to tell me, no, you're stupid. Shut up. But I've seen people use this weapon with Amber, and it creates results. And I think this can also work well with Cryo Ganyu, considering she's pretty much Amber if she was good. That's pretty much why I would recommend this weapon, because it increases weak spot damage by 48%. That's huge. And it gives you more critical damage. So if you're stacking crit damage and crit rate and a whole bunch of other stuff, your Ganyu can do so much damage, it is not even funny. You could just completely ignore her HP threshold for her E, because her HP is naturally going to grow as she levels. And that, it seems really good. It seems really, really, really strong. And then the ice set for the artifact. I'm not sure if this is her best in slot. This right here, the cryo damage bonus plus 15%. You might want to do this and maybe like a 2-piece glad set mix, so you can get attack percent and cryo damage bonus all at the same time. So her charge damage is affected by all of it. Because this effect is okay. It's not amazing. It's okay. But this, on the other hand, is very, 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 very strong. This right here, Glacier and Snowfield. I don't think this has come out yet. I don't know how you get it, but yeah. I'm waiting for it to show up. Don't know when you get this, but I would like to get this soon. But yeah, that is a breakdown of Ganyu. Good luck for anyone summoning for her. Hopefully this little miniature guide and breakdown helps. And yeah, she seems like a pretty good, worth 5 stars so far. But we'll see as we go. We'll see what miHOYO does, if she gets buffs at the last second. But as of now, she's looking good. We don't know what her banner is, but good luck to y'all who are summoning, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.